Alright, here's the week 7 update. I spent a lot of time this week thinking about what I'm going to do with the system now that it kind of works. Well, I mean, I got some of the things I was trying to solve last week working. Like they actually perform the actions they're supposed to when they encounter each other now. They stop walking to do it. They pause. I figured out some more stuff about how behavior trees flow and how to get them to do what you need to do. Not a ton of progress, but I have a plan for this week, and by the end of the week, I want to show you something pretty neat. So, let's see, what did we change? Well, I added another action because I'm creating a a separate a role. Like I want to have a guard for the faction that patrols. I want to have a lookout that watches for enemy patrols, and also a commoner. I added another faction, another team for commoner, which is just a generic NPC that's neutral for everybody. So the scenario is, since we have multiple teams, and I'm going to have different types of roles in there. So I'm finally using that unit type stuff that's in, where is it? It's in the AI tags right here. I don't know why they up there this stuff isn't working right. Well, anyway, um, so I added the lookout here. Sorry, I'm eating. Um, so I'm going to be having, and this is the stop animation function to make them. They were like saluting each other just over and over and over again. They wouldn't move because they kept setting the variable that it saw them. So I added this function to make the behavior tree work better. Um, Here in, well, I didn't fix this one. I've been working mainly in Team A. Um, so this stuff still is the same. Uh, this stuff is still basically the same. The attitude, the AI finds all this stuff just like last week. Although it's cleaned up a lot, and I fixed this stuff, and I added another Blackboard key to help with the flow. This one is just see enemy. If you can see the enemy, then it does the call for guards or wave, depending upon which one. This is just a test, just for the lookout, basically. I do have a commoner AI controller in here, and I did put sense on it and stuff like that. So when we do put them in there, and they're just going to have patrol points and walk past, and then when the lookout sees them, they're going to wave and make a sound so that the commoner looks at them, sees them, and then waves back. It should be pretty easy to implement. I already have the basic framework in for that. These two functions here are going to go away. TC, TMA, this is just going to go away. This doesn't work. It's not going to work. I've come up with a different way to get the logic working, and so far so good, right? So like in the wave, it still does the same thing. It checks to see if the montage is finished, so it doesn't just continuously just kind of like spam the thing. And then the stop animation gets the blackboard and then sets the keys to false, so it stops playing them and they'll start walking away, right? This actually was somewhat, I had to wrap my head around it. It wasn't the easiest thing for me. I did spend 5 or 6 hours working on the game today, or on this demo today, creating the new NPC, creating and getting all this working, because I needed to stop moving and then wave and then start moving again. That took me a little bit of time to figure out, and actually it clicked finally what to do in the behavior tree. So here's the behavior tree. I was selector and sequence was messing me up. So the selector here, if it cannot see the player, it goes to the selector. As long as if it can see the enemy, then it does these sequences. Either team B is set and it does the call guards, or team C is set. This is for team A, and it waves. If it cannot see the enemy, it does this and does the random location thing. And then as soon as it can see the player, it comes over here and chases the player. And these are some things that just didn't work, and get rid of those. I haven't put the sound investigation back in yet. I was trying to keep it simple because it was still messing up. Like for a minute there, it would just they would stand there and then wave at each other and never start patrolling again, which was kind of annoying. The commoner, again, it's the same stuff. I don't have it's going to have a behavior tree for the commoner. And it's just going to patrol around, and then once it hears the lookout, it's going to wave at them. And when the other faction comes by, the enemy, marauder type faction, they're going to run away. So that's not going to be too bad. Save. Save that. So we'll just look at it. So I really should just make a smaller area with a smaller nav mesh so that these guys. So we'll show you what it does. So here we go. Now the green should see blue. Look, the green waves at blue. Blue calls the guards, and then they start moving because of the delay, right? So now blue shook his fist at green. It should wave at red if it sees red. There, see, green still waves at blue. Blue still shakes. I'll say blue sees red and waves. Red shakes their fist and just keeps moving. Look at that. It's working. Absolutely working. I saw my debug messages coming up. Oh, the green can see me. That's the problem. It doesn't erase that can see player thing. I need to put that in there too, to where it sets that to false. So, but yes, I finally got that working. Remember last week it was all janky and it wasn't working right. It was like constantly, it just didn't do the two animations the way they're supposed to work. So this was my proof of concept to get the commoner system and all that stuff working. So I'm going to create a basic level with the base for Team A, and Team A is going to have a lookout and a patrolling guard, and then we're going to use Team B to be the marauder faction. So they're going to patrol around or just come rushing up, and then there'll be a third commoner neutral faction, which Team A will protect, is friendly to, and Team B will kill, attack, right? So I mean, it's not a lot done, but it's cleaner and it works like exactly the way I want it to, using the delays. That's what I ended up having to do. So here, as you can see, Team B, it plays the animation, waits 5 seconds, and stops the animation. This is timed based on. I can probably make a better function for that. Like as soon as the montage is over, hit stop animation. Which I might actually fix that. That's a much better way to do it, similar to the way it is in the C++ over here, where it says get in. It says if it's finished, right here, then it stop or sets the keys to false. So anyway, and I want to do the same thing for the player, so it stops trying to chase me when it doesn't see me. But that's where we're at, and I look forward to getting more done this week. Take care.